Hey guys, so I'm gonna do the Road to Events campaign in Empire Civil War. I haven't played this in a while, but I'm gonna turn this up just to turn both these up to hard, because I have played this before.
Our war on British tyranny begins tonight. In Boston, brave men fight for the right to govern themselves. Tonight, we fight for freedom. As I bear witness to the sacrifice of this generation, I take great comfort in the memory of our forefathers. Those pioneering men who traveled to these shores seeking a new life. Like the intrepid Captain John Smith and his fellow settlers, we too seek a new world. Not only for ourselves, but for future generations of Americans. As I look back on their endeavors, at the unknown dangers that awaited the pioneers over every rise and behind every tree, I am reminded that I play but a small part in a much greater story.
Ready yourselves, men! Stay behind cover, men!
General Staff.
They're charging again! Steady!
General Staff.
Hold the line!
Fire! Close to range attack!
Retreat!
Hold position! General Staff. Yes, sir.
Watch the trees, men!
General Staff, reporting.
We got some bowmen here.
On the lines!
Orders understood. General Staff. Fire!
Retreat!
Close to range. Hold position. General targets.
Break off attack! Break off!
Moving up. Close to range.
So there's a route. I forgot that this how it starts out. Sorry for that, guys. I grabbed a mouse real fast so I could do this. So that was Decisive Victory. I forgot that's how this campaign starts out with that, and there's that. Another little cutscene.
From the very beginning, there have been hardships, irreplaceable losses. Brothers, fathers, sons lost to war, famine, and disease. And yet our forefathers endured, refusing to give up on the one thing they all believed in so fervently: freedom. Those brave men built a future from an inhospitable land, taming it and making it their own. But the wild land was not the only threat. The natives were a constant menace, lurking at their borders, always ready for battle. It became obvious that until borders were clearly established, peace would continue to be elusive.
Little fort there.
You must lead the early settlers to establish Jamestown as a safe and prosperous settlement in this dangerous new world. From time to time, the British government will issue various missions to perform. As you complete these missions, the wealth and security of Jamestown will improve, and your influence throughout the whole of the new world will expand. Having survived the immediate threat posed by the native tribes, your settlers have already gained valuable combat experience.
So they want me to build a farm. So right here.
A message box will inform you when this building has been constructed.
So I forgot to turn that off. I'm just gonna do that real fast. No limit. And I do have that off. For some reason they're still talking though.
There is often a choice of... This is Jamestown, the capital of the region of Virginia. The review...
Your orders, Your Majesty.
So I pretty much did all I can do. I'm gonna flip the dial. Farm got done. That was the first objective. So they paid me a little bit of money. So they want me to build a fishery.
Your Majesty.
I'm gonna bring the garrison, that group out from there. I'm gonna I'll go with cotton. There's the second objective completed, the fisheries upgraded. So we have to capture a town. Do not know where this town is. Oh, it's this town up here. So I want me to capture that town.
Prepare for battle. Forward!
So it's not a big issue.
Commence siege!
I'm gonna demand their surrender. They're probably not gonna get up. They're gonna refuse like per usual. And then I'm gonna do the assault because I think this is the best thing about this game. You really get the feel for a nation by doing that, by actually taking control of the nation. I have thousands of hours in this game. I don't think I've ever completed that full campaign though. So that's my goal for this one, to actually complete the full campaign. A grand campaign for you guys. come down here. So now it's broken out all across the line. So I'm gonna get some hand-to-hand fighting up here. We hit him with a couple of volleys. We hit him with tomahawks. So there's that. Starting to lose people. And then they figured out what I was doing. I was trying to bring up this unit so they could shoot down from the cliff, but figured it out. So there comes this group. I think they already attacked us once. I decided just to take the battlefield. I know I can win it. So we kill the enemy general. So that'll make them rout. And there we go. They're routed. And then we're in this battle. There you go. There's a victory there. And there's that.
Oh, you have successfully captured the village of Werawakamoko and are well on the way to reducing the threat to Jamestown.
So they want me to capture that next town.
Trowards for crown and country! Immediately! March! Get ready for battle!
Here's another engagement. even numbers.
Militia! No! Yes, sir! No! Right away! Yes, sir!
We're gonna speed this up, get everyone in position. And they really don't have enough troops to do anything, so I'm gonna overlap the fields of fire for my guys. And the fighting started. routed. And that's the end of that battle.
Make ready.
What I didn't expect is that big of a force.
Men, forward. Waiting for orders. Lord? Forwards for crown and country! Forwards for crown and country! Your humble servant. Troops, forward! Attack! Yes? Form line for battle! Sound the call to battle! Settlement besieged!
So I decided just to do that instead of actually taking the settlement. And in this turn,
Besieged!
so we just completed episode 1.
As time went by, hostilities between the natives and settlers began to fade, and more ships carrying the hopeful arrived daily. Over the next 100 years, the population swelled, and the fight for territory began. Both the British and the French set their sights on the valuable Ohio Valley. And when the French built a line of forts across the valley, I was sent to demand the instant withdrawal of their troops. They refused, and the British retaliated by sending an army under General Braddock to take the valley by force. I was unlucky enough to be an officer in that army. Braddock's limited knowledge of his surroundings and his refusal to listen to counsel led to his downfall. He marched us straight into a French ambush. Our men were massacred. The cries of the wounded still haunt my dreams. This terrible loss encouraged the British to take a closer look at the tactics and cunning employed by their native allies. Use of these warriors and their knowledge of the land would prove to be the key to claiming the Ohio Valley.
So this is the beginning of episode 2, guys.
The French have established a series of forts in the Ohio Valley. These forts are well defended and will be difficult to take through military
This is the
force
beginning of
alone.
episode 2, so give me a second, guys. I'll be
Perhaps
right back.
the Iroquois tribe to the north